A major diplomatic development may be underway, one that could potentially bring the brutal Russia-Ukraine war to a halt. US President Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in St. Petersburg last Friday. Witkoff, who is one of Trump's senior diplomats, is signaling that a peace deal may be within reach, even as skepticism grows in Kiev and across Europe.
US President Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff has now said that Russian President Vladimir Putin was open to a permanent peace deal with Ukraine. Speaking in a televised interview, Witkoff described his talk with Putin as compelling after 5 hours of negotiations. Witkoff now might be potentially hinting towards an emerging deal that could potentially halt the Russia-Ukraine war. In an earlier development, Putin met Witkoff in St. Petersburg last Friday amid the Trump administration's push to end the 3-year war. Witkoff's comment followed Trump's Monday statement in which he labeled the Ukraine conflict as Biden's war and once again claimed that Ukrainian President Zelensky bore responsibility for initiating the crisis. Significantly, Witkoff was the first high-ranking US diplomat to travel to Russia and hold talks with President Putin since the launch of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. However, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov warned that agreeing terms on the deal is not an easy affair. Amid this, Ukraine and its European partners have urged Washington to remain wary of Moscow's stalling strategies aimed at postponing the ceasefire agreement. Friday's meeting was the third between Russia and the US since Trump returned to the White House in January.
The White House has demanded a formal apology from Harvard University for what it called egregious anti-Semitism on campus, escalating a showdown over the student activism and federal oversight. The sharp move, the administration announced it is freezing over $2.2 billion in grants and $60 billion in contracts after Harvard publicly defied demands to curb campus protests, setting the stage for a legal and political clash over academic independence. Chinese President Xi Jinping arrived in Kuala Lumpur on Tuesday for a state visit aiming to deepen strategic ties and usher in a new golden 50 years of China-Malaysia relations. Welcome with traditional drum performances and a festive lion dance, Xi was received by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and senior officials at the invitation of Malaysia's King Sultan Ibrahim. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made it an unannounced visit to troops in northern Gaza on Tuesday. His visit comes as Netanyahu faces growing domestic pressure from hostage families, urging a ceasefire deal, and far-right allies demanding continued military action. Meanwhile, Gaza's death toll has surpassed 51,000 according to local health officials as Israel intensifies its offensive and aid remains blocked from the besieged territory. A Ukrainian drone attack on the Russian city of Kursk killed 1 woman and injured 9 others on Tuesday, according to regional officials. Russia's defense ministry said air defenses shot down 115 Ukrainian drones across 5 regions, with 109 intercepted over Kursk alone. Russian investigative committee alleged the drones were equipped with shrapnel designed to inflict maximum civilian harm.